Let me also welcome on board Jatin Gedia, who is joining us on the show right now. Hi, good afternoon, Jatin. A lot of sector churning underway because for today, though the benchmark indices are holding up, but other than that, we have seen some of these defensive FMCG staples making a comeback. Life insurance companies are doing well. Tell us which are the pockets that are looking good to you.
See, in today's trading session, we are seeing the action pick up in the frontline stocks. However, some of the recently moved up or active sectors like, say, capital market segment is doing well. So, in that, we like MCX. Apart from that, CAMS, which is still not given a breakout but is on the verge of giving a breakout, is also looking good from a trading perspective. So I believe that apart from the frontline stocks, some of the capital market space stocks are buzzing in trade today and are looking positive from a short-term perspective. So CMS from the capital market space should be our preferred pick uh, in today's trading session.
Right, okay, that's the take coming in right now on the markets. Just looking at, some of the big buzzers as well in trade and how they're moving up. Look at an Angel One and a BSE, both looking very smart. BSE, yes, had a bit of an aberration yesterday when there was all that talk about the regulator notifying which exchange takes which day as expiry, but that stock still holding up a solid 5% as we speak right now. So that's really what's happening on some of the capital market names. In fact, the entire cluster is looking very smart. Tharanjay, the entire capital market theme has done very well, not just in the last 1 year, but pretty much from the COVID lows. But where is it that you still find, bearable valuations where one can still buy afresh?
So I think, as far as the capital market is concerned, I think it is largely to do with the fact that there has been a significant increase in participation by retail investors in the market and sort of directly or even through the mutual fund route. So I think overall the exchanges have actually done well. Even the capital market, the mutual funds, AMCs, all those guys have actually done very well. So I think this is kind of a structural thing at this juncture. I mean, the kind of volatility that was seen is largely because of the sort of a correction in the broader market and the reduction in the participation in terms of volumes by retail investors. I think there is some comeback that is happening over there. I would say, this is a sector that might continue its structural ride as we go forward, because we think that this whole financialization that has been happening will be a sort of a long-term phenomenon. I think the penetration is still low. People want to catch up in terms of wealth creation, etc. So I think the sector has a good prospect going forward. So.
All right, but Dhananjay, also give us some sense on what are you really penciling in when it comes to some of these brokerage-related counters. Off late, these stocks are holding up well. Anything incremental that you are factoring in with respect to these counters as well?
Well, I think this is linked to the market scenario in general, and I think it's sort of this whole cluster of sectors actually move in tandem. And I think what will be important to really look at is how the primary market or the fund market actually starts to fundraising by corporate starts to revive. I think because of the recent volatility that we have seen in the markets, I think there is a sort of lack of momentum as far as fundraising is concerned. So I think that part of the segment is somewhat volatile at this juncture. But I would say the run up had also happened quite significantly in general. So I mean, retail led broking firms have done well, but I think broking firms also do a lot of fundraising and all, because of which there has been some volatility there. But generally, the entire cluster of the capital markets move in tandem.
Right. Arpit, what is your own sense? Both Angel One, BSE after a day's break are giving fresh breakouts today. Anything that's looking tradable?
team has one of the stupendous runners in last couple of months. And within the exchanges space, if you look at the chart of MCX, particularly MCX looks very strong because till now it was consolidating from last couple of days. But today it is again giving a fresh range breakout above 6,400 levels. So I think positionally we can expect good 7 to 8% rally towards 6,750, 6,800 levels going forward. Along with that, second would be within this space, that is the platform, that is CDSL. So if you look at the chart structure of CDSL, a very strong base formation is seen on the monthly and the weekly setup. And after a long time, it has given a weekly range breakout above 1400 levels. So slowly, steadily, we can see a good momentum towards 1500, 1520 plus levels. So this too would be a preferred picks within this space.
All right, so CDSL as well as MCX, let's watch out for that. And CDSL especially, that has seen a phenomenal run up in the month gone by, or rather this particular month itself. But other than that, within the broader market space, let's have a look at some of these other counters, and select metal counters are also holding up well. Case in point being Hindustan Copper. Jatin, if I can have your take on this counter, because of late this stock has been holding on above that 220 odd mark. What do you make out of it?
See, on the daily charts, it has broken out from a 5-day consolidation on the upside with above average volume. So it's a price volume breakout. Now this rally is likely to continue towards 249 to 252 levels, wherein the resistance in the form of the weekly upper Bollinger Band is placed. So yes, today the breakout which we have seen is likely to continue during the next week as well. So we expect the rally to continue in the case of Hindustan Copper. In terms of support, 232 is a very strong support for the stock.
Okay. Well, that's the take coming in on some of these, actively traded names. But I just want to bring up the chart for Sun Pharma, because while the India business grew quite strong, it was weak US and a cautious guidance amidst global uncertainty. That's really not augured well for the sentiment on the stock. After a gap down, it's unable to really resurrect itself, still lower by 2.5% and 3% knockoff on the futures right now. Dhananjay, what is it that you're making of the pharma pack right now, and where is it that you think are still opportunities? Because clearly it's the US business, because of the tariff uncertainties that one has seen across the board, wherein there is a still little bit of question mark on how growth is going to pan out from here.
So yeah, I think the uncertainty is very much there. I think with respect to tariff, I think the US administration is very much, it's kind of examining the kind of the input context and the whole research that is going into this whole space. So I think the uncertainty with respect to tariff is very much there. So I think the volatility, hence, for the pharma stocks has been there ever since the 1st of April, when this whole Liberation Day announcement happened. So I think the market, the sector has been undergoing a lot of jitter. So I think with respect to the stocks that we have sort of highlighted, we are very selective. We're talking about Sun Pharma as an opportunity, and Cipla are two stocks. These are the two stocks that we have been highlighting, and and we see a decent upside of roughly about 14-15% in these two names. So I think we are fairly selective in the pharma stock, given the context of the risks that you sort of mentioned.
That's the take on the pharma, being very selective, and Sun and Cipla are some of the preferred bets. But with this, Dhananjay, we let you go on that. Thank you so much for taking the time out today. But sticking with the pharma theme, with the rising concerns over likely tariffs and rising pricing pressure, which pharma player will stand to gain the most? A Systematic Group's Vishal Manchanda shares his pecking order in the space. Go across and listen in.
If I look at the large cap space in the pharma, Sun Pharma is one which has which probably will be doing 2 or 3 large launches in FY25, FY26, and these launches, each of these launches can be a $200 to $300 million market opportunity. So if I look at what companies can deliver in terms of growth over a 2 to 3 years horizon, Sun Pharma is chasing the largest market opportunity, and they are prepared in terms of the regulatory approvals. So those are in place, and they just need to kind of execute on the commercial level. Now, the fastest growing company in IPM is Sun Pharma. They have 33% of their sales coming from India. And I think if you look at another name, Ajanta Pharma, they are also around 33% of their sales from India. Even they are growing around that 12-13% level in India. So those are the two picks I would look at. And I would prefer Sun over Ajanta.
Okay, Sun over Ajanta, that's the word coming in from our pharma expert. But Jatin, half an hour to go before we shut shop for the day. Any closing ideas you may have for our viewers?
The first one is from the capital markets segment, that is CAMS. We believe that on the daily charts, it has been consolidating since last 3 to 4 trading sessions. A triangle pattern is in formation. We are expecting or anticipating a breakout in CAMS. So it's a long idea with a stop loss placed at 38.30 for a target of 4,050 on the upside. Another recommendation that we have is Crompton. So Crompton, after taking support at the 40-day average, is resuming its uptrend. So that becomes a buy. Stop loss should be placed at 354 for the target of 373 on the upside.
Right. Arpit, what about your strategies?
So you can see we have two counters, one from the insurance pack and second from the metal pack. As financial stocks are seeing good momentum, so one would be from the insurance pack, SBI Life. So SBI Life given a technical range breakout on the daily scale after almost 19 sessions, and risk reward quite looks good. So this would be a good idea for next couple of days idea. So we can go long with keeping stop loss of 1765 for an upside move towards 1870. Along with the second idea would be from the metal pack, that is Hind Copper. So if we see metal stocks are witnessing good momentum, and today it has given a fresh range breakout above 232 levels, a strong bullish candle. From here, definitely 3 to 4% rally can be seen towards 245 and then 250. So this would be a two ideas for the BTC setup.
Right. Okay, let's take a very quick break on that note. And as we do that, the Vedanta Group has committed an additional investment of 30,000 crore rupees in the Northeast. The founder and chairman, Anil Agarwal, says that this will take their total investments in the region to about 80,000 crores, and he sees major potential for double-digit growth. Sameer Dixit, my colleague, caught up with him.
साथ ही नॉर्थ ईस्ट के साथ में बस एक दो सवाल और लेना चाहूँगा कि जैसे आपने कहा कि आप एक्सपेंशन की बात कर रहे हैं, आप आगे बढ़ने की बात कर रहे हैं, रेयर अर्थ मेटल पर भी मैं ये पिछले कुछ समय से देख रहा हूँ कि यू आर लुकिंग वेरी एग्रेसिव, आप उस दिशा में ग्रुप को आगे ले जाना चाहते हैं, थोड़ा स्ट्रेटेजी अगर आप शेयर करना चाहें।
हाँ, हम लोग बिलो द ग्राउंड समझते हैं बात को, क्योंकि हम लोग आज के दिन टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे पास सबसे एडवांस है। हम टोपोग्राफी करते हैं, हम जमीन के अंदर में बिना खोदे हुए भी पता लगा लेते हैं क्या चीज़ है वो। ये काम में ये डिफिकल्ट काम है, रेयर अर्थ है, क्रिटिकल मेटल है। ये बोलने में आसान है बट करने में बहुत मुश्किल का काम है, और इसमें मेरा दिल लगा हुआ है। और सबसे बड़ी बात हुई है कि पहले सहयोग नहीं मिलता था,
बिल्कुल
सहयोग नहीं मिलता था। अभी सहयोग इतना जबरदस्त मिल रहा है, अब उसको आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। हमारे साथ साथ हम बहुत आह्वान करेंगे, हमारे जितने भी एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं, हमारे स्टार्टअप हैं, वो भी ये टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे आवें, क्योंकि इज ऑल अबाउट टेक्नोलॉजी। रेयर को निकालना, उसको सेपरेशन करना, ये बहुत मुश्किल काम है। दूसरा, चाइना ने पूरे का पूरा कैप्चर कर रखा है ये, और उससे वो रूल करना चाहता है दुनिया को। हिंदुस्तान में हमारे पास बेटर डिपॉजिट है, बट उसको एक्सप्लोर करना बहुत लोग चाहिए, आगे आने वाले प्राइवेट सेक्टर में चाहिए। लोगों को हिम्मत दिलाएं, लोगों को फंडिंग करें और आगे बढ़ेगा।
जैसे कॉपर ऊपर की हम बात करते हैं तो विजन या टारगेट क्या देख रहे हैं?
कॉपर तो मेरा हिंदुस्तान बहुत दिल दुखता है। कॉपर का डिपॉजिट हिंदुस्तान में सबसे बड़ा है, गोल्ड का डिपॉजिट सबसे बड़ा है। दोनों हम 100% इंपोर्ट करते हैं। हमारे पास हिंदुस्तान कॉपर है, उसके पास माइंस जो हैं वो राजस्थान में हैं, उनके पास माइंस हैं झारखंड बिहार में हैं, उनके पास माइंस हैं मलांचखंड में हैं, और बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं, लेकिन उसका नेतृत्व जो जैसे हमने हिंदुस्तान जिंक लिया, वो हिंदुस्तान कॉपर से बदतर हालत में था। आज वो वर्ल्ड का नंबर 1 प्रोड्यूसर हो गया है। हिंदुस्तान कॉपर भी नंबर का 1, और पूरे हिंदुस्तान की जितनी कॉपर की डिमांड है उसको भी पूरा कर सकता है, और बाहर में भी अच्छा नाम कर सकता है। हमारे गोल्ड की इतनी क्षमता है। आप बार बार ये बोलते हैं कि आप नई डिस्कवरी करके, नया एक्सप्लोरेशन करके नई माइन ले लीजिए। नई माइन को काम करने में 10 से 15 साल लगते हैं। ये जल्दी में काम नहीं हो पाता है, और थोड़ा जल्दी भी कर सकते हैं,